Radiant team banned.
Gyro Kata!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello?
Hello? Are we in?
Hello?
I think we're good.
Hello?
I hear you.
Look, I'm telling you, Gabe,
Dire
adding
team
Caster
banned.
Audio as a $40
Radiant
million
team
stretch goal
banned.
isn't going to go down well with the community. All right, thank
We're
you.
good?
Right, we're live.
I think we're good.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
We got a reaction? We got a reaction?
Yeah, we're in. We're in.
Good. Okay.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International 2018. It is the group stages. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we are getting ready for, I'd say, you know, there's 4 games going on, but let's be honest, this is the game.
10 seconds
This is the game
remaining.
you want to be watching. It's Liquid versus Fnatic.
5
And
seconds
as you can see, we are well
remaining.
into the draft, and already, as expected, it's the International 2018. It's the International, so we're going to see people picking heroes that we don't
Dire
see
team
before.
banned.
We've got a gyrocopter. This hero has been in the dumpster, and Fnatic come out, they pick it second. To be fair, this isn't surprising. Fnatic picked Terrorblade, who's also arguably in the dumpster, and they win with it. But they've done it early. They picked a Gyro second pick, Fogged.
This is the meta-defining, you know, opening. We've had these 4 games going on at the same time. Of
Dire
course, we've been
team
talking about
pick.
Crystal Maiden for a
Radiant
while.
team
Shaker's been this
pick.
hero that's been creeping forward. But yeah, we get this Gyro, and oh my.
And
These teams are not going to slow down. Brood right at the start versus IO Gyro. That is not a good matchup for either of these heroes at the moment.
No, maybe when Flat Cannon was in a bit of a better place, but of course Flat Cannon has pretty much been the spell that's gone boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I mean, the hero just going to run over these 2 heroes in laning phase. Your AoE is very lackluster at the start with these 2 versus Brood.
10 seconds remaining.
Brood with CM Aura, you've got a Shaker. These 2 heroes are going to be moving around trying to enable the
5
Brood as much as
seconds
possible
remaining.
too. So Fnatic, they need to start with solutions already for the Brood.
So, as we sort of were sort of talking about before the day, we said there might be a chance we're going to see some teams just try and end the game in like 15 minutes. And this, yeah, this is Liquid
This is one of the
turning up and
chances.
saying, we got a lot of games to play, and we're going to try and run you guys over. Because Fnatic, as we know, they're normally a team that likes to sort of chill out, keep it going, keep it late. Liquid, by the looks of it, with these first 3 picks, are going to make sure that they just crush the start.
I mean, they've got GH on his Shaker, right? That's one of the big ones. We haven't, of course, seen him up playing in too long because we haven't seen these teams play in like 2 months. Fnatic, of course, we saw them play at Summit, right? And it was all about the Universe Tiny, I believe, in a lot of their games. I don't know. I wouldn't be too shocked if we see that one get picked up because it can actually be a way to deal with the Brood.
10 seconds remaining.
Tiny would be beautiful.
Tiny looks great.
He was
5
absolutely
seconds
rocking the Tiny
remaining.
back at the Summit. Obviously, a very sort of different style of tournament, but regardless, this hero is absolutely a hero that we are going to be seeing at TI.
It lets them play really fast pace.
Yeah.
Like if they've got the IO Gyro, IO Tiny, IO can actually choose where he wants to make moves around. I'm pretty excited already. We've got game 1 for us of TI8, and we've got an IO already picked up with the Gyro, and his DJ probably going to be playing that IO, and we've seen ridiculous things come out from him. Of course, like that IO Morphling we saw back in, which one was that, Birmingham? One of those tournaments.
That was a
where like they throne raced. Remember the IO Morphling and B plus DJ?
Oh yeah, the classic one. That was back then in ESL Birmingham.
Yep.
Here we go, Pugna. So as we said, they want to end the game quickly. Bam. A Pugna is picked up, and not really a better hero to end the game quickly in terms of just damage that you can do to towers and pushing potential very early on. Very little items required. This hero, he offers it all if you want to end the game in 20 minutes.
It's one of my favorite heroes in general to pair with our Shaker. Because you've always got to be able to get this decent lane. You're going to be able to fissure your wave back, you get a decent start as Pugna, and that's where you thrive. You get your level 2, your level 3, you start spamming your blast on the enemy carry. You can start putting a lot of pressure on. And also Crystal Maiden Aura thrown on top of that one. Yeah, can definitely be quite lovely. And I mean, Pugna is one of those heroes that people have been talking about for a while that just keeps getting these little buffs and buffs and buffs and just seems to be such a powerhouse.
Let's see what Fnatic want to do in response to this. Are we going to see that Tiny?
Do we get the Tiny? Do we get some outside the box? The Wraith King people are raving about, the offlane Wraith King.
Can you get away with the offlane Wraith King when you see this sort of draft?
I
don't know. End this quick.
I don't think so. They
It's
do
the Tiny.
That's what we thought.
We knew it. We knew it. So the Tiny comes out.
The concern for me for Fnatic right now still would be that they don't have any way to deep-push. It's like the IO Spirits, Gyrocopter's not really that hero that you want to be there for deep pushing. You want to take the fight around the Gyro with the call down around defending towers, but they don't have a way to slow down the push that's coming out.
I was going to say, is it too fast a pace of a game to get Arbed on something like a Tinker? Does that just get run over, or can that sort of be the deep push global hero?
5 seconds remaining.
Tinker versus Pugna though.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I mean,
a lot of the
you can't do it against.
It just becomes pretty miserable to play versus.
So we're not looking for an hero. What are we looking for Arbed then?
I'm trying to think what I've been seeing, like the pattern of him, especially at least in the pubs.
I mean, can he just go for something like a DK, something boring, something safe?
DK Gyro, Bane, Time.
Because they also, I mean, I guess Tiny's good for towers, but they themselves don't really have the best sort of tower hitters at the moment. Or maybe just something else to help take them. They have to. I mean, could they just get Arbed on his Ember Spirit and go for the Battle Fury build against the Brood? Or is that too risky again because you are going to
that takes time.
Run over?
I think they can just still get run over.
But the global pickup potential is nice. You know, getting around the map with the Ember and the IO Gyro. You know, you have a lot of.
They've got a lot of activeness. Like that would make them being quite active as long as they don't just get dominated in the laning phase.
Actually, you know. I'll say they do actually still ban
it could be the Tiny mid. Because the one thing I want Fnatic to do is at least have 2 ways to solve the Brood. 2 lanes that they can have a hero go against this hero.
I mean, one of the heroes that we have actually seen do well against a Brood, sort of to surprise a lot of people, I feel, in a lot of lanes. Monkey King.
Yeah, I thought that's the one you were going to say.
This is the hero that, on paper, it feels like Brood's going to run over this hero, but the reality of it, the nerfs to Brood, the fact that she hasn't got quite as insane movement speed, you do get that Jingle Mastery stacked up, and bam, you clear out the spiders with a good boundless strike, and you pretty much bully Brood out till she has to regen to get back in.
Yeah, she got so strong because she's very good against spell nukes, because the magic resistance on the spiders, but Monkey King's physical.
Yeah. So I'll be interested to see if that's something that they might think about.
What about the Kunkka? Kunkka was banned. Okay, just kidding. Okay. Liquid did take that one out.
Banned. But as you said, Tiny could go mid. They could even put the Gyro IO mid.
Yeah, they get it. It's just about solving the Brood problem, at least in the start, so you don't just get run over that fast.
I mean, maybe Assembly's going to pick a template. We don't know. But so it is what you said.
Tiny mid.
It is Tiny mid. Yeah. Okay. And then the Spectre. So Liquid's sort of coming in with some late game reinforcement, but also a way to sort of, you know, you're going to have this very sort of active Matuma man playing very aggressive, and Miracle wants to pop him to join him for a kill. Now he can. And a Miracle Spectre, I feel it's been quite a long time since we've seen a Miracle Spectre.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I haven't. I mean, of course, we haven't seen too much lately, though. But
sure. But in terms of sort of when you've seen Liquid at tournament, I mean, when was the last time that they drafted Liquid Miracle Spectre in a program?
It's kind of interesting because like the way that they've drafted is like this Broodmother and Pugna, they're going to apply so much pressure. That's what they're
all the space is going to be there for Spectre.
All the space for Miracle to have the dream, which you could end up having this game. Spectre versus IO, not a very fun matchup. Playing the IO versus that one.
I mean. It always is hard to sort of look at the drafts when there's Fnatic in the game, because it always feels like Fnatic sort of shoot themselves in the foot, but then somehow they end up looking pretty impressive in the game. Yeah. And there are sort of those big... There's the Universe Enigma. Like this, he can do incredible things on this. So I think a lot of people are going to come into this match and say, first game of TI Liquid, look at this, it's a terrifying lineup. They have Pugna, they have Broodmother, they are looking to run Fnatic over, but it's Fnatic. They do surprising things. This looks like a 20-minute game, but you might as well add an extra 0 on there because it's Fnatic. This could be a 200-minute game as well.
It could go quite a long time. They have to be able to stall it so that the Enigma can get to the point of like the BKB and the Blink, because if you look at Liquid's draft, they don't have a way to stop the BKB Enigma. Sure, they can get maybe a Dominator on the Brood. I don't know if Matu does that build. Get the Troll Creep. I think 33 is one of the bigger players that does it.
Whenever I think of Matsuma Man Broodmother, I just remember the game where he rushed Butterfly.
I knew you were going to say.
Straight Butterfly. Oh, and the predictions are in. Let's go.
Oh, they closed quickly.
All right. Shout out to Obs. Who have we got in the Obs?
Magic.
It's Weapon, isn't it? Shout out to Weapon.
This is definitely mind control, right? Magic or pure damage at the end?
I'm doing these predictions right now. Magic or pure damage? What's mind control playing?
Pugna?
Yeah, well, right. Players with the most kills at 10 minutes.
I'm putting Abed. Me. You can change it yourself.
Yeah. And player with highest net worth by 25 minutes, Miracle.
I did Matu.
Oh, Miracle. Total number of smoke gang kills at the end. I think it's
I'm doing 5 to 8, whatever. Okay,
we win. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. This is the first game. We're going to claim first game. I know there's 3 other games, in fact, which you can go and check out across the variety of streams. And of course, there's the multicast stream as well, hosted up by our beautiful man, Alexander Richardson, who will be taking you through all of the games, which is going to be pretty crazy. But if you want to stick with particular ones, you can sit in with myself and Fogs and be safely in the comfort that we are going to just be sticking with these games through and through. So Liquid versus Fnatic. Very exciting drafts. We've got some different stuff already. It's TI. We are going to see a new meta evolved, and this could very much be the start of it. I am most intrigued by if we are going to see Gyro become a hero again, because out of all the heroes, that feels like the hero that hasn't been a hero for the longest. Hasn't been changed. Nothing got changed either. And it's barely early pick of the Gyro, and there's a lot of burst damage coming out. I mean, Pugna alone already is one of those heroes that playing Gyro, playing a lot of those edgy heroes, just doesn't feel so great. Up there, top DS, so a bit of a bouncy rune brawl, and Fnatic were able to make sure that they got the rune. DJ was able to pick it up. Now they're turning. In fact, Kuro has got to be careful. A few more right clicks, and he could be done for a Parlada goes in. Tethered up by DJ as Fnatic get the first blood onto Kuroki.
So starting full aggro tri-lane, now they're going to switch away. DJ's going to port bottom. All right, good way to punish the Crystal Maiden. Not the, of course, still a pretty strong hero when you're able to get your spams off, but if you collapse on top of Crystal Maiden at the first few levels, quick, easy kills. Okay. But yeah, very intrigued to see what the Gyro can do.
Like
and I'm going to be looking at this bottom lane. I think this is going to be pretty tough for Envy.
Oh yeah, the pressure's going to be on from Mind Control and GH. That is for sure. The spam, as you say, this very strong dual lane of Shaker Pugna. It's going to cause issues, and DJ has to be very careful with his positioning.
You have to make sure to not let them double up the creep waves too much on you in this bottom lane. So Envy, you see he gets flak right away, but already double range creep coming in. Mind Control and GH already preparing to just throw that pressure out and make him last hit under the tower. Make him just mess up that CS.
Radiant structures are fortified.
All right, we see the aggressive glyphs coming out every time Matu's been walking up for a creep, trying to get like the spiders built up. Abed's been using that around.
Paladai doing some favorable trading here with Kuro, with that brain sap and Nightmare, keeping himself safe. He's able to salve up as well, walk off, make sure that he's got the sustain to stay in the lane. Mid lane matchup, 8 for 3 against the 2 for 0. A very nice lane so far here from Mr. Abed on this time.
First few levels,
a very nice lane here for Abed as he just gets a kill 1v1. Abed's turning up. Matuma man, he hasn't had his breakfast as it seems. He's got to wake up.
That right click looked like it did a lot of more than I thought it was going to. Actually brings down Matu. Okay.
And probably got the higher end of the roll on the right click.
That's really terrifying. Brood is a hero that, sure, first 2 levels, 3 levels, you're not the strongest. It's once you start getting like your level 4 or 5, you build up those spiders. But if a Tiny just starts running away with the lane, you can deal with the Brood. You can go hunt him, because you know Brood's going to go run to Ancients with the spiders, try to farm it. A Tiny just walks in there, you throw your tree, and you pretty much kill all the spiders in one shot.
Well, as we can see as well, ladies and gentlemen, some new and exciting additions to the stream. As you may have already noticed at the top, we are going to be able to have that live experience difference indicator. You can see just below the gold difference. Also on the side, as you can see, the number of viewers watching that have that team selected as their favorite team. So a lot of Liquid fans turning up. I'm a little surprised as that 12,000 of you have Liquid selected as your favorite team. Only 1,000 for Fnatic. And of course, if you want to add yourself to that number, it's all about just watching us and listening to us, of course, in-game. And whatever team you have set as your favorite team in your battle pass will give you add you to the numbers at the top. And of course, as we can see, there's one nice little count at the towers. If you can't count yourself, don't worry. We've got the numbers.
Wow, this early start for Fnatic's fantastic in this game. Yeah. Right, they're playing versus this Brood Pugna, which in theory they can get kind of run over, but the ways that they set up the lanes is perfect. Universe is getting a free time top because of this tri-rotation that they did at the beginning of the game, and Abed has actually just forced Matu out. Matu's just trying to build up spiders from the jungle before he can start walking bad in.
And sure, it's not an amazing lane for the Gyro, but Envy, he's still getting something out of it, as you say. This could be a lane that could absolutely play out 10 times worse. But Envy and DJ holding their own against the pressure of Mind Control and GH. Get aggressive. Burst from Mind Control back out. They've got the missile onto GH. They're going to give him a bit of a rundown with the balls as well. Slapped in for DJ. GH Homing missile inbound, it's not going to be enough damage. It looks like they'll actually turn their attention towards mind control. DJ has to back away, but there's the turn with the Fissure and the Blast. He's in trouble, and can he survive? He has got the tether still from DJ, and it looks like he'll be fine, but no one to go down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm sure they first picked the IO, but it's a pretty cool solution to deal with this type of like the dual pressure that comes up from the Pugna. You can just, if you get hit by double blasts and whatnot, you can just use your sustain perfectly. And I mean, this mid lane is really going to be the big thing that really has to be the adjustment. How can Liquid adapt to deal with this Tiny, who's going to be level 6 already, having complete freedom?
Yeah, Matu we should be able to keep it, despite sort of getting crushed at the earlier stages. He's of course got that ancient camp that he'll constantly be going up and down to, keep himself on par and maybe even ahead. Because sure, we do see Arved with about a 50% lead on the last hits, but of course a lot of those will have been the Spiders. Yeah, up with the cleave.
But it's I mean, it's the top lane too. Like there was Spectre, Crystal Maiden it is a very weak lane. That is an abusable lane for sure. And Universe just keeps pulling it back, and then they have a Bane. So Enigma, who is maybe was alone, or we can go with
middle tower
Enigma
is under attack.
Down bottom, kill opportunity potentially. GH does manage to get himself the bounty rune. They'll turn again the blast. As we're seeing it, as you said, it's a lot of damage, but they're not dying. Fnatic, they have that IO
Dire's
sustain.
courier has been slain. Does not believe in killing innocent couriers.
The courier taken down.
Killing couriers is fine though.
Did it die to just a tree? Did it try the Tiny? Did Tiny throw a tree at it? I was looking up bottom.
I didn't quite catch it.
Because I know you can throw Tiny tree at even flying couriers, and it does kill the courier. So, may have been hit by a cleave, or something along those lines. Universe now starting to back up. He looks like he's going to be... He just uses a shrine for now, giving the Bane the levels in the lane. While bottom, DJ. Run down. Oh, there.
He's getting himself across. In fact, Envy's sort of in position to pick up the kill on Microtron, and he gets it. DJ's going to be fine with the bottle. And now GH, he's in trouble as well. The Rocket Barrage bringing him down low. Envy and DJ looking to find him around the tree line. GH does get the passive stun onto Envy, but there's the tether across, cleaning the trees out of the way. GH does have the stick charge, but the ball slows there, and they'll pick up another. Envy with the double kill. At the same time, Min indeed, Matuma Man in trouble. He's got the tree toss, won't be on target. Matuma Man will manage to keep himself safe, but 2k advantage now in terms of gold and experience. Bottom lane, Envy will go down. Mind control's going to get himself back in the lane. Can he pick up a second? No, DJ with the tether, with the TP, he's out of there. He'll make it back safely. Mind control at least able to pick something back up as soon as he returns to the lane. And be hanging around a little too low.
That is for
still
certain.
Fnatic, as you say, considering the drafts, it's what we say. It's a lot of the time. It's very hard to judge Fnatic from a draft because they do something different. They do something. They draft themselves into a position that you rarely see other teams do so. But they know how to play it.
The big thing really was the adjustment. They were just like, all right, we can now just move this Tiny mid versus the Brood and throw that Enigma top. And that's really what's just setting up their lanes to such success right now. And of course, that start, having DJ on the IO as well as Paladin the Bane starting up top to put the pressure onto Miracle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For Fnatic right now. So Liquid, they're gonna have to really be playing around mind control. Once he gets 6, we're probably gonna see that's the thing they focus around. But it's mostly just gonna be GH and Kuro making the moves around the map to assist the lanes. Matu taking some pressure in the mid. Level 7 versus a level 9 Tiny.
Oh, they're absolutely crushed him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He nearly came back and died.
He was just jungling. Abed threw the tree blind. He killed all the spiders too with that tree.
He's got to be careful.
He thinks now Matu probably expects there to be a ward there because that was a blind tree throw. You see him pinging it out right away, expecting something like that.
Smart stuff from Abed.
He knows what he's doing. He's been lingering in this area too, kind of just sapping experience, expecting Matu to be trying to do this.
GH, bottom rune. Do have Arbit on the high ground. GH could get cornered off. Indeed, Envy heading in with the missile. Rocket Barrage Arbit's there with the round. There's no escape for GH's Fnatic. Pick up another kill. 5-1. As Liquid. All 3 lanes not going to plan. That's for sure on top lane. To lead in with the Nightmare, getting in position. Universe surrounding Kuroki. Kuroki will try and retreat. He's got the stick charges. Will be fine. But every lane seems to be a bit of a danger zone now for Liquid because of the start that Fnatic have got.
Yep. Like we were saying, I think it's like playing around mind control is going to be the biggest thing. If not, they have to do double rotations. They have to start making dual moves with Kuroki as well as GH just to try to fix these lanes because it's getting to be a big problem right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ty does have one ward right now. He did place the deep one toward the shrine, but I'm assuming they're just going to be placing pretty invasive wards so that Abed can just run around and do his own thing in this game.
Oh,
look at that, all the spiders.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just seeing Broodmother's spiders die, it's something that we can all empathize.
War has come to Radiant's bottom
Liquid's
tower.
heroes, who's their beef guy, right? Who's the frontliner?
I mean, he's going to be the Spectre in about, what, 50 minutes?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the thing at the moment.
This Tiny is going to be able to one-shot pretty much anybody on the map that he runs into, so they're going to have to adjust for that. They're going to have to get bracers, cloaks, and raindrops or something. And we do see Marco at least has that already. He's got the cloak, he's got the bracer, and the raindrop. So prepare for when Abed does get that early blink dagger.
Attack.
This sub-universe getting some heavy pressure onto the tier 1 tower of Liquid at this 10-minute mark. Something that, in terms of damage, they managed to do half the damage on the bottom half of the map, Liquid, but this top tower certainly looking to be in the worst place as Fnatic really...
Actually, I like that he went for the Dominator this game, because I know the rise of the Midas was starting to come back, but in this game he's going to be so good at pushing it.
Look at this bottom. Abed's coming in with the round. GH trying for the TP out. The avalanche is there from Abed, turning up at just the right time. Envy turns, holds his ground, slams GH in the face with a bullet. As Fnatic again, they're turning up. Game 1 of the international group stages for Fnatic. This first 10 minutes against Liquid. They're got to be feeling on a bit of a high right now. This is the way that you dream of starting your TI games.
I mean, especially when you're playing with the lineup with an IO too.
And against Liquid, last year's champions.
Yeah. Like they have this IO who now you get your urn started, you start building up those urn charges, and you can just keep your heroes on the map. You keep that presence going, you keep that pressure going. So we thought maybe Liquid with this Brood, with this Pugna, they can apply the pressure. Fnatic has gotten the lanes perfectly already. Yeah, 4K advantage, everything.
Interesting to see that though, as you can see from the in-game win probability, it's still 49-51, very close between the two teams, obviously taking into account the previous games of both sides, I do believe. And of course, sort of their win rates and such with specific heroes. So understandable that despite the fact that Liquid is behind, it's absolutely not over for them. We've seen Liquid, of course, many times come back from situations much worse than this one is. They're for sure, they're 4K behind, but they do have comeback heroes. You know, Spectre, good horn usage can certainly bring you back into the game very nicely.
Kuro brought down by quick brain sap and a mouse, just some right clicks as well. They're starting to get their ultis online. So Earthshaker 6, we've got Spectre Han as well, but look at the levels. GH is higher level than Miracle right now. Oh, on the chip.
Top high. Does get slammed. GHM messing around. He sees the opportunity to double the team's kills and he'll go. Drop the slam. Abed is there. Does actually manage to get the kill with the cleave hit there off the back of GH, bringing down Miracle. Abed. He's going to be played around with a bit, but he's at a fantastic point at the moment. He is very tanky. There's no way that these heroes can deal with him as he runs in with the tiny slams down Kuro, crushing him with his fist.
They can't deal with Tiny unless Pugna's there. That's the only way they have the damage solution for him at the moment. I mean, it's 2,000 HP already with 8 armor. These heroes cannot pierce through that. Maybe once Matu starts getting these items finished up, which he's getting close now. He actually is about to finish up the Diffusal Blade, which is the new build that we've been seeing. It's like Medallion Diffusal, or you do the Medallion Orchid. Yep.
Much like
some Chinese players, I saw the Killer thrown in sometimes, but there's been a bit of an adaptation.
He's under attack.
Universe has pretty much got his Blink Dagger on the Enigma, so we are going to certainly expect to see some big plays from him, as you say, especially once he has the BKB. It is a game where there's definitely potential for big black holes to be had with good selection of melee heroes. And bottom lane Abed just in with the jump onto mind control. He's gone for the chase down to GH as well. He cannot slow down MV and DJ long enough, as they'll surely be able to continue to chase him down with the rocket barrage. GH is gone 12 for 2. Fnatic absolutely killing it.
It is really snowballing out of control. When you have a Broodmother and
Radiant's middle tower is
6K
under
behind
attack.
at the 13-minute, it's not feeling like a very good plan. But Pi, this could be a comeback maybe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The reinforcements from Fnatic. They even throw back Kuro. Oh, Kuro?
Oh, he's speedy.
Abed's on the chase, he's got a tree.
own it.
The tree throw, and see
GH is TP'd into this. That was the plan,
really fast a bunch of times it starts to not make any sense.
He's just dead.
Own it.
Maybe Liquid wants to give everyone a bit of a
Dire's
chance.
bottom tower is under
It's
attack.
looking rough.
they're in.
This is
I mean, they're
Liquid.
incredibly deep trouble right now. Looks Miracle's level 7. He's queued up the Vanguard. He's got phase boots, but he's nowhere near anything. And Fnatic's just got a plethora of items right now on everybody.
Radiant cares to heap upon it. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And the thing is, like we were mentioning, they have the Io.
Dire's
They've got all these heroes
tower
to sustain. They've got Io, they've got Dominator and
They
Enigma.
just aren't staying on the map.
Yeah, they just don't have to go back ever. It's always going to be that presence that Liquid just can't really deal with unless they actually start making moves with multiple heroes. I think maybe 3-man, 2-man smokes, throw the Spectre, Haunt in. That's how they can start coming back. They do have the Echo available again too, so. Let's see what they can do. Abed.
They're trying to go on him here with the horn. Oh, there's okay with the full 5-man. They've got him. They've got the damage. They'll take down Abed. Good bit of money there going towards Matuma Man. Now they can put a bit of pressure on the tier 1 themselves. Fortification will come out. We'll see if Fnatic want to try and contest this and hold them off. They do have that blink, as you can see there, spotted out by the ward. So Liquid will know.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As such.
Look at Envy. Even using the call down to make sure that DJ can get the bounty in his bottle.
The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower.
All 4
Radiant's
bounties.
middle tower has fallen. That needs something to chop.
Still quite a long way for that road to recovery.
And this is going to be interesting to see, because I feel like Fnatic, I know it's a bit of a joke. We've seen them win a lot of games where they're used to being behind. When was the last time you sort of saw Fnatic crush like this? It's at this early stage. It doesn't feel very Fnatic to win a game when they're ahead. I feel like we've got to see this game swing largely in Liquid's favor and then back for Fnatic to be able to close it up. And in bottom lane, GH trying to get him to Joseph the slam. The stick charges and DJ backing up. There's just not enough damage to bring down anyone that's being tethered by DJ at this stage of the game on Liquid's up.
They have to have one of the big cores there to be dealing with damage. Still, Mind Control being the biggest one to get that damage in. Because, I mean, BO2 does do a lot of damage, but walking into that lineup from Fnatic as a Brood is still pretty terrifying until he's got BKB finished up. So much magic damage coming through.
Double damage!
Tree toss again.
Easy money.
Easy.
I need this like I need another pair of legs.
So you mentioned, you know, Fnatic when they have leads. We've seen Fnatic with leads.
But most of the time.
Yes, sure.
Most of the time, this is a team that will be down and will swing the game back around.
Yeah.
Like, can they close it up with the advantage that they have? I mean, that is the question. Like, at what point are we going to see Fnatic really amp it up and start to really clean up those tier 2s and go up towards the high ground? What are they waiting on?
I mean, that's the important thing, and that's the thing that we always talk about when we're talking about Fnatic, is when they do get that lead, they tend to, sometimes they chill out, and everyone just starts doing their farm thing, and that's when they start getting picked off. So they do have to, I think when they get like the BKB finished on Envy, that's going to be the thing to rally around, because they'll have a couple extra items. If they've already got the blink on Enigma.
Look at this up top, Pi finding the setup with the straight up beast reports a miracle, buying time for Envy to be relocated in by DJ. They'll instantly pick up the kill.
They're going to set up for the relocate,
tower is
but
not
TP's already coming in. Fnatic setting back up. They make it in time.
DJ. The nightmare. Can they keep DJ alive? No, he will fall by Universe. He's in with the backup, gets cancelled straight away though by Kuroki, so Universe will fall. DJ did buy back for this. Pylon gets cornered in by the Spiders. As Liquid able to take sort of the first team fight as such in their favor there, as they punish sort of the broken upness of Fnatic. Abed does go in for a pickup kill. The tree toss brings GH down low.
Double kill.
Toss away the
smart.
mind control to kill off the Shaker. To the man. Trying to chase down Abed. Abed does have the sustain of DJ. Looks like he'll hold back from diving too far underneath the tower. Abed quickly cleaves up the Spiders.
Having a ward there in that situation, just that lane ward.
It's a killing spree!
Giving that vision, and they can get the tree and Abed.
End up finding mind control in the tree line as well. So at the end of the day, sure, Liquid, as we saw there, were able to get sort of 3 kills in return, cancelling the black hole and such, but Fnatic were able to quickly turn back up to that bottom lane and keep themselves comfortably ahead, as we can see. Still an 8k lead, only 18 minutes in, 21-6.
I mean, Abed's such a big problem. 913, 219 last hits.
It's very hard to get. We saw him die the once when they had 5 heroes on him with the horn. That was the only time that we've seen him go down, and it still took some time as such. So in terms of being able to deal with Abed in a situation where he's got the team around him, at this point of the game, it looks very hard for Liquid to take down that Tiny.
Yeah. GH getting close to the dagger, though. Okay. That's the big big thing that can catch Fnatic off guard. They have to watch out how they're clumping. But Envy does have BKB. Looks like it might just be time to start setting up for that aggression. And I'm imagining this is going to be the game where we do see, of course, the IO getting the level 15 Ags bonus. Because lately we have seen if it's mostly spirit damage, but this game looks like an Ags bonus game, especially for Gyro. Kuro. Maybe they try to transition into a Roche. They've got pretty heavy damage coming in between them. And that will be the choice.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, okay. They're relocating bottom to try to maybe make this more unexpected. It's Roche.
Certainly sort of drawing their attention down towards the bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So you can
attack.
have that tower, because boys, we're in the
Radiant's
pit.
bottom
And now
tower
Liquid
has
with that
been
pressure
laid
put down there. Can
low.
they get to the pit in time? I don't know if they can. They're TPing over to the shrine. Can GH make the jump? He's got this blink. He's got to go straight away. Pops the smoke, so they won't see it there. With that neutral, he's looking to jump. They get there in time. They got the horn. So now Fnatic being forced out of the pit. Envy just had the BKB. GH popped the slam, but he's been stunned up by the homing missile. GH tries to juke himself back towards the pit, but watch out. Envy gets the kill on the shaker. On the high ground, and being chased down by the Timberman as Fnatic have lost two. Arben going back towards the pit, the buyback coming out from Pylai. Roshan incredibly low. They don't have detection here, Liquid, so they're just trying to go for it. They don't know that Arben is here. Arben staying in and now will try himself to get the kill. Timberman snatches the edges. Arben did not pick it up. So Arben will go down. Jump forward from Universe. He does have the black hole, but doesn't want to commit for it, as it's only him and DJ. The Decrepify, the control from Kuroki holding Universe down. Universe, he will fall as well as the blast is there from mind control. And despite Arbed's best attempt there to pull off a big play, they're losing it, Fnatic. It's down to just a 2k advantage. Liquid coming back into the game big time around the pit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
On Matumbaman.
They got so split up. It was pretty much, you saw GH, they saw the TP coming in from all four heroes on the shrine because they had a ward, and they saw the smoke come out, so they saw GH running in, so they kind of panicked. They dispersed all in different directions, so Pi and Universe went to the left, while the rest of the heroes went to the right. So they got isolated by the Brood on the left side, and the team fight, Envy's BKB wears out, and they actually can't make their way back into that rush pit. Even if Abed has that invest, there's still too much magic damage that can come out from Liquid onto Envy.
Envy is going to try and chase the Fisher. Very nicely placed there to slow down that push and make sure Envy can't catch it. Arbed might still find someone. The homing missile setup onto mind control. They'll go on to him. He's got himself to Decrepify the blast, trying to keep himself alive with the life trying mind control. He's going to be okay. There's another homing missile coming in. GH give him the fish, but there's the BKB. Envy not messing around. Committing with the BKB. He sees some action, so he'll take those instead, as he doesn't want to chase any further. Will get himself a little bit of farm, but still, what a swing. You know, the fact that this game that was an 8k advantage for Fnatic, it's now pretty much even.
Yeah.
Those buybacks around the pit and the failure to successfully take the fight. Sure, they got the kill on the rush, but they didn't manage to pick up the Aegis.
And that was with DJ also just picking up the mech right before that fight. Yeah. So they had that like extra burst of heal, it just still wasn't enough. And now he's got level 15, so he's got the tethered ag bonus for Envy as well. Such a bit of a power surge coming in between the two of them. Envy can farm a lot harder, also pretty much gets his free attack speed from it.
And Len Arbed able to get himself another free solo kill as Kuro's out low.
We'll see that. Well, we won't really probably get to see those, but bottom.
High. Again, it's going to follow. There is the relocate. Looking towards Miracle. Miracle will go towards the high ground. He's got the blade mail. Can they find him? That's the question. Universe clears the trees nicely with the Midnight Pulse to make sure that they can have the vision to beat him down. And they do find Miracle.
Pi playing Bane. Always able to find those pickups. So a lot because of the wards. That's one of the biggest things I've seen from Fnatic. And mostly whenever Pi is on a team is the warding tends to be pretty good on them. They know the priorities that they want to be taking, and they know if a team is starting to split up after their ultis are down, he knows usually where they're going to be getting for those farms at those desperate hard camps.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
On my control, just wanting to blow up the target
Dire's
quickly.
middle tower has fallen to your wounded, or put them out of their misery.
You can see there a breakdown of how each team is getting their gold. So, what's the ping? I'm sure you guys will understand that graph.
I couldn't see it that well. It was from kills. It looks like, I mean, Liquid's gotten a lot of gold to just comeback kills, especially from that Roche pit. I think that'll happen when you're at a deficit.
Liquid
And Matu, we were mentioning how he can be a bit scared until he gets that BKB to just run in, but with this BKB now, he can actually just go for the backlines. If he can just get on top of Pi, get on top of DJ, it's going to make their team fight a lot more difficult on the side of Fnatic. And Liquid, in theory, they should be able to have the vision advantage in all these fights. They pop Spectre ults, and they know where everybody's going to be. Game here. As they don't want to get too aggressive on the side of Fnatic into this Aegis.
Obviously, Liquid still needing a fair bit more time to really get the Miracle Spectre into the game, but they do have the Miracle. It is that, as you say, once the game sort of does slow down to the point where Liquid can fight as four and consistently keep the pressure and attention away from Miracle. Miracle is going to be able to eventually climb back
Radiant's
to the top.
top tower.
It's going to take time though, so it's all on Fnatic to keep that pressure up and make sure the space is not given for the Spectre.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's always going to be that scary beast.
Dire's bottom tower is taking many wounds. Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Tower has fallen. Max wishes it was you instead.
The lane's pressured in. Yeah, and as we can see, the win probability a while ago did go up to 65% for Fnatic, but now it's pretty much back even. If anything, starting to shift in the general direction of favoring Liquid as the game goes on.
We've got the BKB Satanic first 2 items on him. As we've mentioned, he has the Aghanim bonus from the IO, so he just feels like surviving is the most important thing. He just wants to be in that front line.
But very close to having his BKB too. We'll have these big items on the cores that we say could indicate that they want to start speeding things up a little bit.
Yeah, it could be go time soon on Fnatic,
I mean, Universe has got his BKB done.
And I think did Abed switch? He's going for Silver Edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he just wants to be able to break the Spectre.
Kill the Spec.
Yeah. Be pretty decent versus Brood as well.
3k gold towards the relic. It's getting close.
Look at Matu, what he's been doing with the Brood. If you see on the mini-map, you see tons of little brown dots. He's actually been spreading his spiders all across, trying to scout information whenever they do split up. And he's just sitting in the tree lines while doing this too. He's just like in a place where they can't kill him. He's like near the Ancients kind of with his spiders, just making sure that he's giving all the info. While you see the other 3 on Liquid, they're all sitting behind the most important person in the game for them, the Spectre. Now he's gonna go join them. He was kind of spazzing out in the trees there.
Chilling. Find who first. Pi will manage to get the D ward.
He comes out of smoke as well too, so they're like, yeah,
they know
and Fnatic's smoked up top. And Miracle during all this.
Out of the lanes as planned. Now, their Spectre getting back into it.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to.
It's going to be that important for them anyway. Get more stuff. Mother can do their job. You know, Ward Monster, he's just trying to keep their control of this vision here. He's placed while Liquid, you saw them all on the bottom and right side, so that's also where they have the vision.
Actually, Arbed, at least I guess the advantage of Liquid popped the double damage out of his bottle as soon as he saw the CM. Be able to get opportune use with it. As Fnatic can find a fight, but expected Liquid playing safe, sitting up inside their base behind Miracle.
Yeah, any unexpected talents we've seen? I think all the ones that I've seen are pretty much the standards. I don't think anything is outside the box. Nope. Standard to me. I've been seeing the Spectre one, the dagger cooldown being the you know, people have been taking that one pretty much every time now that I've seen in pubs instead of the 8 stats.
Oh, top. They look for the setup of GH, indeed sat behind Miracle's there with the fish to back him up. Has the ability to cancel the Fiend's Grip with the part. Allow Miracle to walk up. Arbed decided to get a 3-man avalanche indeed, and that'll be enough for them to clean up GH. Miracle. Up by the missile, they're jumping in. Universe has got the Midnight Pulse, he's committed. He's got the BKB Black. No hesitation there. Sees the chance to get that big solo kill on Miracle. And with the BKB Black Hole, there is nothing that Liquid could do to save, and they tried with the life drain, but that was not going to be enough. So
it's just going to be a farming kills, though. They can't actually breach high ground out of this. They know the Rosh is up, but that's a bit risky. But they're just going to try to farm out the enemy jungle, make sure they push out the waves as well on Envy.
Mid, high, find Matuma, quick cleave with the trees. I think the spiders with the trees.
Oh my god! Four in a row! He's
life.
now dominating! He's dominating, Rick!
They head up to the high ground and find him. Matuma man. Across the pit. As you say, yeah, Fnatic, despite those kills, hard for them to take any sort of further objective.
The Radiance is almost up for Miracle, about 600 away.
Fnatic, can they stop Liquid getting?
They know the Black Hole's down, right? They know Fiend's Grip as well as Black Hole were used. I believe they know that the Relocate was used as well. That's going to be coming up soon, but the big one is, of course, Universe's Black Hole.
Yeah, they do still have ways to sort of bully them out of the pit, but it is going to be hard, especially when they're taking it down as quick as they are. It's the cooldown from Envy. They'll chuck the tree as well. Won't find the connection. But Fnatic, can they actually get in there? There's the Fisher from GH blocking Envy out of the pit. And Universe will jump over the Aegis. The warning being picked up as Universe will fall to his death. And Fnatic, they need to get out of there. They were unable to fight around that pit. As Miracle in with the horn, ready to chase down the one, get that Spectral Dagger slow onto Envy. Slam is down for GH to catch both Envy and DJ off guard. DJ to fall, the direct fire on Envy holds him in place. That's a triple kill.
Looks like we got ourselves a triple kill here, Rick.
Morty, quit acting like a detective.
Starting to crumble. They had this lead, but it's now slipping away, a distant memory. Matuma Man now top of the net worth, and Miracle Spectre each and every team fight climbing back ahead, as he does now have that Radiance online, so the fights are not going to get any easier for Fnatic.
He was trying to kind of bait them in there too. You saw him sitting at 400 HP, but with the cheese, he's just like, I hope they turn for me. They did, yeah, he instantly pops it.
It's such an awkward position, you say, for Fnatic, because they feel like you have to do something about this, but how do they?
I mean, they don't have Black Hole, right? And this Fissure by GH, it doesn't even connect, but it did the job, right? You see it blocks the path, and Envy's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds of his BKB there, and then they're able to re-engage on him afterwards.
Trying to jump in after mind control. He will manage to take down one. And can he get Kura? No, Kura channeling the ult. Can they kill Arbor inside? Kura will fall as GH sits on his head as he gets tossed upon him. Universe tries to get the TP out, but down here, Matuma Man is too high. So again, Liquid short. Fnatic got a couple of pickoffs, but it's another exchange that's favoring Liquid.
Yeah, and Matu. How did Matu start this game? 0-2, right? 9-2-4 now on this Broodmother. An incredible recovery, top of the net worth after everything that has played forward.
Now the question is how well
Radiant's
could
bottom
Fnatic
tower is under attack.
Pretty well, right?
Pretty strong. Just depends on if they lose.
Gyro, I mean, with the tree throw,
it is
always pretty much cleans up the big wave.
It's a good amount of pressure on Universe with his Black Holes, though, because you can see as soon as Black Hole's down, Liquid feels an immense amount of power coming through.
I don't know how that stat works. Apparently,
Radiant's
Brood is banned against Liquid
attack.
188% of the time, which is understandable because Matuma Man's pretty good. But I'm not quite sure if it's mathematically possible.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Find a way to draft Brood, ban Brood against them more times than even possible. Certainly be the one, but as we saw, they got it through here, and not really to sort of Fnatic's mistakes in the draft. This was an early Brood pick, wasn't it?
It was the third pick.
Third pick Brood, straight up. And it short the start, Fnatic did have the edge. They were able to get the lanes to sort of make sure Matuma Man's start the game was slow. Matuma Man being Matuma Man, always going to have a very strong chance of coming back into the game as he has done here.
It's really just been these Roshans, right? The Roshans is really the big comeback for Liquid. The Fnatic tried to do that neat little relocate play bottom on the first one. It delays their Roshan a bit for Liquid to get there in time, so. Still with this Aegis, playing very confidently, having 4 heroes just perched around the Broodmother as Miracle just farms in the backlines with Haunt available. And this is the, we're getting close to that item timing that we were saying with the Spectre that is absolutely terrifying. If he gets this, I mean, the Manta's gonna make everything so much harder for them to deal with. Just that extra damage, just more confusion inside the fights.
invisibility.
What is the plan for Fnatic? It really feels like they have to make this team fight work with the Black Hole and the Gyro, which they just haven't really had the chance to do so.
I think a really big important thing for Fnatic is just going to be making sure that they have at least a vision advantage going into these fights somehow versus Spectre. They want to know where people are positioned, and that's why I feel that Pi bought a gem, because like the map control is going to start to get more and more important to make sure they can get these pickoffs whenever Liquid is split up, whenever they're doing this 4-on-4.
Just scan down bottom so they know that Miracle's hiding in the trees. Miracle is going to start to play around with Arbed.
Hides behind their fortifications.
Himself hidden, Miracle. Popping himself out of there with the horn. Facts. Was the mid pressure.
Middle tower has fallen.
Walked himself up to the barracks. With that horn, Miracle was able to pick off Pylai Die.
That was Glyph used, and they took out the tier 3, and they got a kill out of that haunt.
This'll come in handy.
And still having Aegis. Now they can put on some more map pressure. Take out a Shrine, because that tier 3's been taken. More economy for them, and they've already accrued a 6k advantage. It's quickly climbing, while Fnatic is kind of stuck in their base, as Liquid does whatever they want on the map.
This is, as we said, at the start of the game, it was like, oh, Liquid looking a bit rocky, but then Liquid was like, hey, hold on, guys, we'll wait until we're sort of 20 minutes down the line. This is back to being pretty much the Liquid you expect to see. Turning up the TI, doesn't matter how far behind they are at the start, they'll find a way to get back in. And Black Hole dropped onto Matumba Man. Can they actually kill him off though? He's still got the BKB, he's trying to retreat. Arbed is going to get caught up by GH jumping over the Echo Slam onto Arbed. Matumba Man managing to keep himself alive. They're looking to toy around with Arbed, but the homing missile and Tritos will actually get Matumba Man finally killed off. Arbed does get bursted down by the Netherward there as he tried to cast a spell.
It's a buyback from Matumba Man. They know the Enigma Black Hole's down. I guess they just want to try to push forward.
GH, Fisher, DJ, Miracle, to dive in aggressively. He's got that Radiance. It's enough to kill off DJ. DJ keeping the distance. Another dagger flies through, and DJ will be popped. Fnatic just getting flipped apart.
Arcane Rune Spectre. Just, 4-second cooldown on the dagger, so he's pretty much 500 movement speed running at this IO non-stop.
And it feels like this game may be borderline over.
Like Radiant's middle barracks.
That was with the Aegis timed out, and he got Black Hole as well. So it's a pretty unfortunate time for Liquid, but either way they were able to sustain it.
Tower is under attack.
We're just seeing the power.
I mean, this is really Liquid sending a message. It's like, that we can pick third prick brood, you can counter us, you can win the lanes, you can get 10k advantage in the first 15 minutes. But then we'll come back and we'll win the game. And they've got the horn. They're going in. Universe popping the BKB. Pylai getting closer down by Miracle. Pylai is gone. Envy having to retreat. Arbed is going to jump in with the combo onto Miracle. Is it enough to bring Miracle down? Though he's got the dagger to get back out of the base. The homing missile still chasing him down. He's got the man. Will fall. So he is down for 2 minutes. Miracle does get stunned up on the side. Kuro comes up with the box by Antoine. But now Kuro himself in trouble. As the homing missile's inbound. Fnatic looking to chase down, take
top tower.
They're going straight in. They're going for the push. The Miracle will buy back instantly as soon as he sees that play come in. As his buyback will force them back, but Fnatic certainly showing us that they do still have those signs of life, the classic signs of life as well. They're now behind. This is where they're ready to play.
Yeah.
So, if anything, this is now to be the game. We're seeing it all. We're seeing Fnatic win lanes. We're seeing them throw games. We're seeing them bring back the games into their favor. Slightly. It's still a lead for Liquid, but it could go that way if we see some other sort of crazy IO plays. And I mean, we know that IO in DJ's hands, it's terrible. We've seen it already this game. But when it comes into sort of late game plays, late game calls like that, to go for the split, for the rat, Fnatic, they've got it down to a T. And Liquid have to be careful about these plays sort of outmaneuvering them.
And they have to be careful right now. This is their time that they can lose the game, but lose at least a battle. Because there's no room for party.
Yeah, he's dead for 40 seconds.
Mind control, protecting his Netherward as best as possible. The daggers begin.
Dyer's
we'll get a range tracks and continue forward.
Look at the team of the Fishing Universe, goes in with the BKB Black Hole on cue. He doesn't get it at all, as he's got to retreat now. Miracle's there, ready to lead it. There's the jump in from GH with the slam. That's going to be Universe on the relocate. DJ saving Envy just in time. But Miracle's there to chase down, of course, with the will still pick up DJ. Envy does get himself back to base. Arbet being chased. There's a missile onto Miracle. Arbet sort of eyeing up the chance of going back in, but no, he heads up for the high ground. But they know, they see him. They've got the vision play from GH. Arbet. It nearly gets Miracle. Miracle's got to be careful, but he's keeping himself on the side. The toss, the avalanche, the missile. Miracle nearly getting himself the sabotage. Doesn't quite do it, and he has seen Glimmercade. Miracle will live. They do kill off Arbet on top of that cliff. Now Arbet's down for 100 seconds. You got no Universe for 40 seconds, no DJ for 60.
All of Liquid's up now too, so it's pressure time. And their waves are in an okay spot. Top is pushing a little bit, but they've got mid and they've got bottom already forced in, so they can make their way down bottom.
And we love it. Butterfly into Rapier. The question, are we going to see this game go on?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
With the way that this game's going up and down short at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's hitting Radiant's bottom seconds. Until the Black Hole's back up. 80 seconds. Now it's looking really rough.
Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins. Bottom barracks are under attack. How can this go on? Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Not to pick sides, but Axe's favorite Radiant bottom barracks have fallen.
This is the double siege creep wave coming in for Liquid too. Perfect timing for them as they're pushing this.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Top tower
going to be able to take GH out now. GH calls for one back immediately. BKB trying to come in onto the racks, but now he's backing up. BKB's time to wear up. He's got the move speed of the webs. The slow from the balls not quite enough to hold him back, as they will back off, but at the same time, this is Fnatic pushing Liquid away from Fnatic's final set of racks. So they do keep that last lane alive.
It's important to do that at least. They prolong it, right? We want Envy to get that Rapier.
Can they contest Roche though? As we say, it's another bit of time where they do not have the black hole. They don't have the black hole though.
You can't give like 8.
They don't have the BKB on Envy.
Yeah,
Still down for 30 seconds. He's trying to go in. The Horde's going to be popped immediately. The Frostbite, the Zap, the Life Drain onto Envy. He needs help, but he needs it now. There can't be any help. The DJ gets control on the side. He couldn't get him with a save. So that's going to be Envy dead. He's back straight away. Highline dies well, looking to get back into the game. Arbet with the BKB and the damage. Is it enough for the Spectre to go down? It isn't, as he's going to be fine. Miracle gets himself down to the low ground and out of harm's way as Liquid keep control around the pit. Another attempt to fight round there, but they didn't quite land that. Now the Black Hole back up. In fact, Roshan still about half health.
He's back at base.
He's got that Black Hole. If he can get there.
Get in there. DJ's dead for 50
He's
though.
TPing over. Did walk back to base, so he's still at the TP available. And Liquid knows they're up on the high ground. They know that the Black Hole is back up.
They're playing it patient. They're letting they're letting Miracle run around, pick up items. He's got the heart now finished, so there comes the regen.
The Dagon being scaled up as well.
Yeah. They're playing it patient. They know that Fnatic's the ones really under the gun here to make sure that they Liquid. They know they're so comfortable in this game now. Let the action come to them. I mean, they've got Haunt in 50 seconds if they really want the time. While Miracle just walks around farming the map. Because Fnatic, they don't take the road enough, even if it's low. Their base also continuing to get pressure. Those two waves, two side lane, or the mid lane as well as the side lane bottom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That Rapier has
the
become
red
a pipe
mist
dream.
spreads at Radiant's middle tower.
But the smoke comes out. They're going to try to take advantage of Spectre Haunt being down for a few seconds.
Envy doesn't have flak for 25 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Miracle just starts running in. He knows Haunt's coming back up. He's got a heart. He's got no fear walking into all this right now.
The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower. As Radiant's middle tower falls,
there's a ping going to come out from
middle
and now Liquid's ready to go on the pit. They've got Haunt ready.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Look where Miracle's positioned himself, just completely in the front line still.
Like, for you, how do you find the Black Hole? It's going to be so hard. I'm betting grouped up though now.
Radiant's middle tower is under
attack. Miracle does not have buyback. He has. It's still on cooldown for a minute and 40 seconds, so short Liquid. They got the Roshan, but Timmerman was able to get the Aegis cheese and refresher. But they're actually all DJ. GH gets the slam, he's able to kill one, but he's going to lose his life for that. I mean, they're still 2 heroes dead, 100 seconds. They may have got the Roche, but Liquid, they're they're 2 people down for 100. They do not have buyback.
They're going to go
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Here. The tier 4 is down to 100.
So Mind Control's going to try for the split.
Yeah, Mind Control is going to try to split it off here. Matumba has Butcher travels as well. But this is
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
They're just going for the tier 4. Man, looking towards Arbet. Arbet, take on Arbet's dead. Oh my god. Yeah, Envy is in trouble as well. He's been double down by the spider. They've got the Jagrepify. The first damage.
Matumba man's still pretty scary even on his own, throwing just a couple spells.
Alright, so yeah, another next level play from them. It's like, we'll let Miracle die for 100 seconds. They're going to go straight for the tier 4s, and then we're just going to send the spider at them. And it's all going to be okay, and it actually looks like it should be. I mean, Universe, where's the black hole backup? Not for some time. I know he has
80 seconds.
He has, of course. No, he's not quite got the Octarine. He didn't quite finish it off, so he hasn't got that reduced cooldown. Envy's got no buyback. There's still no Spectres. Miracle's down for 35 seconds, but that is going to still leave that 50-second window where they are without a gyrocopter.
It's pretty absurd how hard Broodmother hits at level 25.
Yeah.
That talent. 200% lifesteal, 200 bonus damage.
You're not killing him. If you can't kite him or keep him off you, any right click you get, bam, he is gone.
Like, look at this. Watch how fast he turns. Like, Abed hasn't built any armor items this game, so he is a bit low on the armor. So versus that AC, look how quick he chunks him down. Look at the damage on the spider.
Look at. I've just noticed we got a new stat as well. You see that, folks? We've got 8 PM. We're StarCraft now, boys.
I didn't even see that.
Look at that. 8 PM of Universe, only 150. Oh, there we go. GH is 8 PM. 250. Who's got the best APM?
Wait, where do you see that? Am I blind?
Look, just above the talents.
Oh, I do see it.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've got an APM counter, boys. Who's got the best APM? Is it? Oh, only 148 on the Brood. That's pretty low. Oh, Matumba.
247 on Abed.
Wait, how has he got so much more APM than the Brood?
It's clicking. He's clicking a lot more. Some people just click a lot. If you click between movements, that all counts. Every little action, right?
If you click stop spam. Are you saying that's I like that?
I like that.
I like more numbers.
I always like APM. APM's always... Oh, Kuro.
Oh, only 87. Someone get that man an auto clicker. He needs to click a bit faster.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So that 4-second dagger cooldown, and he's also got the refresher shard now too.
What they didn't get the racks. They didn't get the racks.
They didn't get the racks, but they have a 20k gold advantage.
Kuro with that hop.
Oh, Kuro. That was Kuro's heart.
It's Kuro's heart, my friend.
I did see it on the courier, but I didn't think it was his.
I mean, yeah, with a freezing field, if he sits there and lets it go, it's going to be hard to stop him from letting it go. And there's a refresher shot still on GH. Ooh,
oh, they gave it to GH. Okay, I thought they were just going to keep it on Miracle.
It's a 92% win rate. Oh, sorry, win probability for. Like, I feel like I would actually give Fnatic more than the 8% because it's Fnatic. You know what I mean? They do crazy stuff.
The scary thing
they're very far behind in this game.
They're so reliant on Universe getting like a 2 or 3 or more hero black hole. But they have buybacks, they have Aegis, they have Cheese now at this point coming back up, right?
It's gonna be the downfall though. I see Envy. Did
he switch it?
He switched the rapier out as quick by comment. You know you need the rapier. I mean, sure.
He might be getting to the point.
Very good against the spider.
And against the Mega Creeps once they're inevitably probably going to get against Mega, right?
Yeah. And of course, yeah, with the Axe tether bonus from the IO. But it's not a rapier.
It's not a rapier. We wanted it.
It's alright. As I said, this game's going to be either 20 minutes or 200 minutes. We're going to get to the point where he has a rapier, I'm sure. I mean, there's been lots of times where it felt like this game was going to be over and it just hasn't been.
This is one of those, like, the third brush is usually one of those big ones though, right? It's like, and you get the double slam, you get the Aegis Cheese, and you get, most people are starting to hit the level 25s, getting their buybacks. So you look at Miracle, he's been farming a bit, not for an item, it looks like he's just farming for buyback.
I mean,
so he can buy back Haunt if he just runs in.
I was gonna say, I think it's sort of you were saying, sure, GH is the flashy player, but is there not sort of an argument that the refresher shot's even nicer on the Spectre?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think usually it's just better on the Spectre, but having more disables is never a bad thing. Like, Earthshaker is one of the better carriers of it as well. Even a double fissure in a lot of situations can be game changing. If you just hit like a 3-man fissure into a second 3-man fissure, sometimes you don't even need the double echo. Just
Timmerman up on the back. The BKB looks towards MBM. He's got the heal and regen from DJ. So he's pretty much back up to full. Timmerman has to back away.
That was BKB and Satanic by Envy, right? Yeah, so 30 seconds Satanic, 60 on BKB.
Yeah, still the BKB down, of course, as well on Matumba, so he himself will have to hold back before he goes in for another push like that.
All the momentum is pushing in Fnatic, though, all 3 lanes.
Yeah. They've got okay ways, as we said, to clean it out. Arbet with the cleave, with the trees. and MV, of course, with the flat. But at the same time, using flat to sort of de-push the waves may mean that Liquid can sort of choose to take a fight where he's not going to have it up, which is a large amount of their damage output when the black holes landed. I get the same to be said. You have this time. If you get a good black hole at this stage, you are going to win the team fight. It's very likely. So.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Is tempted to join the fray. Radiant's courier.
Courier dies.
Radiant's forces are fortified. Axe does not actually cry.
The black hole available. Universe find an option to get in. The Rack's pretty much dead here. As Miracle, he'll look to go forward. They do have the treetops on Miracle. He's going to get stunned as well. Universe going in with the BKB. Takes a bit of damage against the Blade Mail of Miracle, but it's not enough to kill off Universe. He's dominating now. He does not have buyback from Miracle. He gets straight back into the fight as Fnatic is getting forced all the way back to the fountain. The 4 buybacks coming out from Fnatic. Can they hold though? They're without the black hole. I know that there's no more horn available for Miracle, but Mega's still so strong here, Liquid, as they head straight away with the vision.
Everyone bow down.
GG is called. 15 minutes and 30 seconds. 2018.
What a swing, what a turnaround.
What an up and down game. It's pretty much as we hope. We hope to see some excitement from these two teams. We saw some different picks, some variety and sort of play. Some sort of surprises, some sort of exciting stuff. You know, the fact that Liquid did sort of suffer as much as they did at the start, and we saw Fnatic play as well as they did in the lanes. But then it just all fell apart. Sort of, it felt like Liquid sort of play around the Roche was each and every time just that little bit smarter. Fnatic couldn't quite find that perfect opportunity to make a big play with Universe's black holes. All the fights were sort of just split up perfectly by Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think that one Roche thing where they tried to be cool where they did the relocate bottom and whatnot to kind of distract them, but I feel like it actually may have hurt them because the Roche got very low and then Liquid came in, and that was where the whole comeback just started happening for Liquid. So yeah, Fnatic just maybe splitting their resources a bit too much at that point, but their beginning looked incredible. They had that 9k advantage. Abed was crushing it, moving it from lane to lane, and I liked how they initially set up. It looked like they had a great game plan coming into it, and then things just started to kind of fall apart, and Liquid did Liquidness.
So in terms of going into the game too, how are we going to see teams change things up? Are we going to see the gyro again?
I don't know.
I feel like we felt we did sort of feel some of the weaknesses of the gyro, specifically sort of the flat cannon nurse. A lot of the times where it didn't have as many hits obviously as before, and the cooldown was just a little too punishing for Envy to maybe sort of have that ability to sort of duck and dive in and out of the fights to the same extent as heroes like the Spec.
Có nó này.
lestarin niku lho. Mbek talent sing Oh iya, soalnya itu bang detik ya. Kok iso to? Langsung penyisian. Oke,